tested to see make sure the headlamp fits in there. What's up, y'all? And for our next video, we have a 2012 Chrysler 200 with a headlight out. We actually started this video a couple days ago thinking it was a quick headlamp replacement. I was gonna make a short out of it, but we ended up finding it was something else. The connector was actually fried, the connector that goes to the headlamp. So with that said, we regrouped, gathered some new parts, and we are going to install a new connector for the headlamp. And how are we going to do that, you say? With our little tool set there, right here on the passenger side, we got that wheel turned hard to the left. Give us room to get up in here because all our light stuff is going to be in here. So with that said, we got to remove this panel. Luckily for us, it's only got one pin right there and one pin right there. So we're going to remove those two pins. The rest of the pins are either no longer there or not holding nothing. And then we'll pry this little piece out of this lip, remove that panel, and expose the back of our headlamp. Follow me as we turn a short into a long and make this repair. Now, the way these pins usually work is they got a centerpiece, and I'm using my little pry tool here. Pull that centerpiece out. You don't have to pull it all the way out like I just did, but pull it down, and that'll allow the top piece to flex, and then you'll be able to pull that out. If not, you'll be fighting it all the way. So I'm gonna put the middle piece back in there, and we'll put that to the side for later. Same thing with this one. I've already pulled out the middle, and then I'll just pry on the rest of it. So I got it a little loose like that. Pull it right on out. Put that to the side for when we put everything back together. So now there's nothing really holding our panel in place at the moment, except for this little lip right here. So we can wiggle it around, get the best angle, get some leverage, and go ahead and pull that panel right on out. Or it actually looks like there might be a pin on the back side. I'm just gonna put this down. It's not really gonna be in our way because where we wanna go is right there, right inside of this little cap is where we want to go. So next I'm going to spin this cap counterclockwise and pull out. You shouldn't have to spin too far before you can pull it on out. Kind of fits in like a puzzle piece. There, I spun it about halfway. See how it's wiggling? Just spun it a little bit. Now pull back on it, and there it is. We'll put that to the side for later. Now if you look in there, you can see the back of our headlamp. To remove that, we're going to twist it counterclockwise as well. Once again, it fits in like a puzzle piece, so once we twist it and turn it to the left a little bit, we'll find the sweet spot and pull it right on out. I'm not sure you can see, but I got my hand all up in there. I turned it and I pulled it, and there we have it. You see the connector's kind of burnt right there? Yep, that's the problem. So I'm going to remove the headlamp, and then I want to see if I can use my multimeter to test for power to see see if the yellow or brown has my power from the battery. In order to remove the headlamp, you got these two clips, one on each side. You have to get them over that little prong that sticks out and then pull. Oh, there we go. Look at that. And you can definitely tell which side's crispy here. That's our problem. Yeah. Alright, y'all. I wasn't getting no reading out of this thing. As you can see, it's burnt to a crisp. So I went ahead and used my wire cutter just to snip it off. And it's totally fried. So that is that. Now I'm going to take off the outer coating to expose the wire, and then I have some butt connectors, some wire nuts, and a couple other electrical gadgets that I'm going to use to go ahead and splice this together with the new and improved connector, which I have right here. I've already tested to see make sure the headlamp fits in there, and it does. Fits in so good I can't get it out. I'm sure I could if I tried harder, but I really pushed it in there, so I guess it's fine. We'll work with what we got, but I need to expose my wires here, expose my wires there, connect them, and make sure we have light. So that's the next mission, y'all. We got to make sure we make the right connections as well. As y'all can see, I have exposed my wires here. This is on the new connector, and then I will take a butt connector. Yes, I said butt connector, and I will connect these two, something like that. Crimp it down with my wire crimpers. I'll do the same to the black wire. Crimp them down, and I'll have both of these ready to go. Then I'll have to do the same to those, which is going to be a little harder to do since we got some space constraints. But we're going to make it happen one way or another. And voila, there's the finished product. Got those crimped on nice and tight so they won't go nowhere. I'll probably do some electrical tape around this, or around each one. And then it'll be time to play with these wires. So I was able to strip the cables in here in this tight space. Don't ask me how. I use my wire cutters and my fingernails, and I was able to get it. Now I want to test to see which one has power from the battery. So I turned the headlights on in this car, and I got my meter set to 20 volts or less, and I'm going to test them out. I'll try to get this on camera for you guys so you can see. But I'm gonna put my red lead on the yellow wire and my black lead, my ground, on the brown wire, because I think the yellow is power. So what I'm gonna do here is try to make contact with that one and that one. So I'm making contact with both wires. I was. And then I'll check my meter. Alright, look at the meter. That's definitely yellow is positive. Power coming from my battery. Now that we know which is power from the battery, we can turn these headlights off and make our connections. And with that little test from our handy dandy meter, we proved that we have power here at the wire. Next is to connect our connector. So with this, we're gonna go red wire to yellow wire, black wire to brown wire. As a final test run before we do clamp these down, I just shoved them in the other end of those butt connectors and set the lamp right there where it'll hold. I'm gonna turn the lights on, and fingers crossed that this lamp turns on. Let's see what it does. And look at there, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun. It worked, y'all. So now we're gonna clamp it down, tape it up, put everything back together, and be done with it. All right, y'all, as y'all can see, we got them crimped up. I'm about to tape up the other side, and then we'll get to tucking all this in and putting everything back in opposite of the way we took it out. All right, y'all, now we got it all taped up nice and lovely. So now we're gonna tuck our wires in as best we can. Make sure they're out of the way. And then we'll put our bulb in that hole right there. And then we'll spin it around until it falls into place. Just make sure them wires are out the way. I think we got it in the hole. Now we will make sure that we don't have no wires in our way. Alright, y'all, so it's actually sitting upside down. So I need to pull it out, and the connector should be up, facing up. So I just want to make sure my wires are out of the way. Yeah, these are tight quarters. You can see my hands are a little tore up. But it is what it is. That's how we get down. Alright, y'all. As you can see, our headlamp is in place. Connector's on. Wires connected. Everything's looking lovely. Now we can put our little dust cap back on, that little circular black piece. Put that back on and put this panel back on and see what's up with our lights now. To put this on, you'll just line up these little parts right here, the parts that match, and turn. So once you got your cap in place, you give it a nice little turn, and you'll feel it get tight on you. A little turn will do. And bam, it'll keep turning if you keep turning it until you find those little open parts, and then it'll pop back off. But right there, it's nice and solid. Now we can put our panel back on. 2 pins, and wedge this up in here, and that's that. See that? Oh, look, right here. That just fell right in there. Take your pin, push it in like this. You can also take this bottom part out if you want to. Make it easier on yourself. Find your hole, jam it in. Once you got it in, push that in. See that one? Push that in. Now they'll hold in place. They'll hold that panel in place. It looks like we're back to square one, y'all. Everything is in place. Everything's connected. Let's see the final product. Let's turn that light switch on. Let's see what's up. So there you have it. Lights on. 2012 Chrysler 200. We just replaced a burnt out headlamp connector. As you can see, this thing's seen better days. Possibly caused by moisture. But we put a new one in and we're shining. Mission accomplished. Thank y'all for joining me on this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Check out the rest of my videos. Throw some comments on there. Show a little love, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for the next repair. You never know when it could strike or what it could be. But I'm always fixing something up in here. Anyways, until the next time, peace out. Here's the part that we use on this video. Headlight socket. It's a Dorman 84402. This was purchased at AutoZone. And they also recommend using bulb grease. Something we did not use, but maybe we'll save that for the next time. Seals and protects. Moisture proofs, prevention, corrosion, ease bulb replacement. All that good stuff. Everything you need in a bag of weed. Just kidding.